Right now to the race to the White House, and with the general election just 6 months away, Scripps News is highlighting the issues that will shape the presidential race in our series called Path to the White House. And here in Las Vegas, we are focusing on gun violence. And senior political reporter Steve Sebelius has been closely following the issue and speaking with some of Nevada's top leaders about what can be done to make our community safer. Steve, it's a big issue.
It is, Tricia, and no matter how you feel about guns, we know passing laws around that subject is not easy. The Constitution protects gun rights, but advocates for greater regulations say we can make things safer than they are right now. I sat down with former sheriff turned Governor Joe Lombardo and Assemblywoman Sandra Haudegui, a state lawmaker who survived the 1 October shooting. Take a look.
Full automatic fire coming from it looks like a high position, maybe the Mandalay Bay.
October 1st, 2017 was the worst day in Las Vegas history.
If you can just be advised, it is automatic fire, fully automatic fire from an elevated position. Take cover.
58 people gone.
We have multiple casualties. CSW to the medical tent. Multiple casualties.
Hundreds more wounded. Chaos, fear, ringing cell phones that would never be answered. A date made infamous. This past December, it happened again.
There was an alert from University Police Departments. The university continues to respond to an active shooter.
Gunfire pierced the quiet halls of the business school at UNLV. Alarms blaring, sirens wailing, students and faculty rushing to escape, and the same question over and over. Why?
Because it's an epidemic, and it's not going to stop until we enact change.
Democratic Assemblywoman Sandra Haudegui knows gun violence all too well. On her first day as an intern for former Senator Harry Reid, a gunman opened fire in the lobby of the federal courthouse in Las Vegas. 7 years later, she was at the Route 91 festival when shots rang out, and she and thousands of others ran for their lives. Haudegui has authored several bills aimed at curbing gun crime, but Governor Joe Lombardo vetoed some of those.
I'm going to champion these issues. I'm going to bring those back. I'm going to bring back other laws that I think are going to make a difference and actually make our communities safer.
Lombardo, a Republican, says he rejects bills he thinks would be struck down as unconstitutional, including one that would have raised the age in Nevada to buy a semi-automatic rifle to 21, up from 18. But the governor tells me a better approach is to enforce the laws we already have.
Is there any law that you think we need that we don't have right now that we could pass that would make things safer in terms of gun violence?
At top of mind, no. And here's what I mean by that. There's a lot of existing laws that the prosecutors have been soft on. In other words, anything associated with the use of a weapon and commission of a crime should be prosecuted robustly. And I think that would have a definitive influence on the criminal mindset and the ability to use a weapon for ill will.
In the years after 1 October, Nevada took steps to prevent another mass shooting. A ban on bump stocks, which allow a semi-automatic rifle to fire almost as fast as a fully automatic machine gun. A red flag law, which allows police or family members to ask a judge to take a person's guns away if they believe the person is planning violence. And a ban on so-called ghost guns, unfinished kits that can be assembled into working firearms in a short time without a background check. The nation's largest maker of ghost guns, Polymer 80, based here in Nevada, sued to block that law, but the Nevada Supreme Court upheld it. Still, Haudegui says she wants to try again to pass a bill banning firearms at polling places, and there might be some common ground on that.
In a place which is a sacred place, a place where people go and exercise their right, their most fundamental right, the right for their voice to be heard. They should be able to do that free of intimidation.
Lombardo says he vetoed the polling place bill because it included unrelated subjects, but might sign a more narrow measure.
If it had been a standalone bill, a clean bill on no firearms at polling places?
Yeah, I would evaluate it.
Well, coming up after the break, we're going to sit down with voters on both sides of the gun issue, and you'll definitely hear what they have to say. Stay with us.